power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people that struggle. Salute, salute, salute. What's going on? As you come on in, please know that you are encouraged to educate and be educated, encouraged to love, encouraged to question and answer, and be analytical while we seek a path to liberation. Know that you are in a space. Know that you are in a space of love, a safe space of understanding. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Please know that. Tell the tribe that we here. Tell your classmates that we are here. Yes, and we had to restart. Yes, that is one of the difficulties with being on the road. One of the difficulties with being on the road. I had to run out real quick and not always able to snatch everything, if you know what I mean. But we here, I'm here, and as my classroom, I see Tisha as my classroom assistants. Come on in, please make sure the green screen info is up and all contact information is up for anger management, domestic violence, life coaching, life guiding, consulting, whatever you need. I'm here. I'm here. You're not late, huh? I see you. Okay. Okay. You know, it's gorgeous out here, ain't it? Beautiful, right? I can't stand it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I can't stand it. I need my sunshine, but I need my project buildings. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I need my project buildings. I'm not gonna hold you at all. You see? So, um, let's start. Okay? Well, let's restart. How you like that? Let's restart. So, damn, gotta make sure I'm right when I'm outside. Let's restart. So I guess I gotta stand. It won't be no leaning, because I want y'all to get the best of me. Y'all like my new shirt? Let me get a green heart if y'all like my new shirt. Y'all like my little shirt? My dip? Is it decent? Oh, thanks, T. Thanks, T. You know? Ronald, Zion, peace, salute, 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 salute. I know Marlon Power, I see you. Yeah, salute. Much appreciated. Van, what up, Van? Salute, what's good? Cleavon, what's good? Slick Tit Arm, I see you. I see you, Jay. What up? 4-4, I see y'all. Hey, Todd, what up? So look, listen, let's get right down to business since we had to restart. And please excuse that. Like I said, when I'm moving and it's a lot of things that's going on at one time, people just don't understand the timing, and they don't understand that I have to get this content in. You know, we can't stop the show. All right, salute for the cash app. Salute for the green screen for Van. Much appreciated. So listen up. We're gonna get right down to business. And make sure y'all let the rest of the class know that we started up again. That we here. Okay? Howard Stern. Howard Stern, bring your ass to class. Huh? Blockchain, what? Nah, me, what you talking about? This ain't Dominican. What are you talking about? You see that right there? That look Dominican to you? You see that right there? Come on now. That's melanated power. Come up in here disturbing the class with your little jokey jokes. Dig what I'm saying? Alright? You be trying to come up in here. We ain't even getting class good. You already want me to start. Cut it out. You dig? So listen up. Howard Stern. Somebody get him up in here. Get him to class, because we need to understand what you mad for. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Yo, I ain't even get to that. We gonna get to the grippers. We gonna get to the grippers, because that was just foul. He put his grippers out in front of the whole world before grippers was a thing. All right? But we're going to get into exactly what he mad at. Now, he mad and he made a statement that he is being ignored. He's being ignored by the players of the National Basketball Association, the youth. The youth. He's mad because they ignore him. I guess he wants them to give him high fives and to converse with him, have conversation. You know, I guess he want a selfie on the floor. I don't know what he want, but they are not ignoring you, homie. They don't know who the hell you are at all. At all. He was, Howard Stern was the self-proclaimed king of media before social media. Do you understand how long ago that was? You know how long ago that was? If you don't know how long ago that was, let me hip y'all to something. Like we said earlier, the average age for an NBA player is 26. It's 26 years old. So that means they had to be born around 96 or 97. Right? Okay. He was off the air anywhere on TV in 2004, 2005, which makes those NBA players about 8 or 9 years old. 8 or 9 years old. Why in the hell would an 8 or 9-year-old know who the hell Howard Stern is? With the type of material that he had and the type of time he came on at night. Mustang, salute for the super chat. They don't know but Boy Howard. No, they don't. No, they don't know him at all. So again, he was on the E channel. I don't know how many 9-year-olds in the year 2003, 2004 knew anything about E and Howard Stern. Which is crazy because I watched Howard Stern. I listened to Howard Stern. I'm a native New Yorker, Brooklynite. When we only had radio, we knew what Howard Stern was. We knew who he is, but we talking decades ago. I knew who Howard Stern was, just like I knew who Opie and Anthony was. I knew all that shock radio. We knew the beginnings of it. We were raised in it. You understand? So I'm trying to figure this out. Why are you mad at these kids? Now, we said it. The average age of an NBA player in 2023 is 26 years old. And we also know that the league is so diverse that many of the players in the NBA are from overseas. So we definitely know that no children, no young kids from overseas is watching Howard Stern or the E Network, and damn sure don't have Sirius because he left broadcast, radio, and TV for Sirius, which was a paid subscription-based platform, and still to this day, many people don't have Sirius. Okay? They just don't. Many people don't have Sirius today. So, how would they know who you are? To them, you're just an old funky white dude on the lines. Now, of course, they're going to know who Spike is because Spike is, first of all, a melanated man. Spike is Mr. Nick Fan. He's consistently been in the garden, consistently doing things that bring notice to him, right? The beef with Reggie Miller, consistently in ref face, getting thrown out, all type of things. We know who Spike is. The players know who Spike is. Howard Stern, though he sits there, though he has season tickets, he's very quiet. Nobody knows who he is. At any given point, you can mistake Howard Stern for any average white man. Any of them. It ain't hard to do. You walk right past him. Simple as that. You don't know who he is. He don't know who you are. And that's what's funny, is that he probably mad at players and he don't even know who they are. Don't know. I guarantee you doesn't know the names of the players that he's upset at. Guarantee you that. Guarantee if somebody gives him a Q&A on any of the players, he could not name 3 or 4. But he's making these statements on a regular basis. He's letting it be known that he is upset and had the nerve to say that, let's forget about race. Is this some type of racial bias? Like, what really is this racial bias? That they're not acknowledging me. I know he didn't want to go there because if anybody, and I mean if anybody, shown any racial bias over the years, it is Howard Stern. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're going to get into that. But I want to give people an idea about some of the names and personalities that were hot when Howard Stern was hot. And who would the youth of the NBA or anybody recognize to this day if they were sitting courtside? Let's just for the sake of things say, if Jenny Jones was sitting ringside at the Knicks game, would the players know who she is? What about Ricky Lake? What about Sally Jesse Raphael? Phil Donahue, they may know, but I guarantee, I doubt. I'm telling you, about 80% of the NBA right now today don't know who Phil Donahue is, especially the way he looks right now if he was at the Knicks game. They'd ignore him too. But I'm going to make it fair. I guarantee you 75% of them don't know who Montel Williams is. We're talking about the average age is 26, so we got a few 18, 19, and 20-year-olds in the league right now. won't know who Montel Williams is, even though they are now associating him with Kamala Harris. Guarantee you they don't know who Montel Williams is. But I'm going to make it even fairer. Would they know today who Richard Bey is? They wouldn't know who Richard Bey is, and Richard Bey was hot. He was on fire. Guarantee you they wouldn't know who Richard Bey is. So, I'm trying to give him an education. You see, the average NBA player to this day, today, and I know I speak to many youth, they don't even identify with 9/11. They can't recall the impact that 9/11 had. They cannot recall the impact that 9/11 has had on our lives. Don't remember it. Couldn't tell you who it is about, what it was about, none of that. So Howard Stern believes that he is more impactful today in the lives of melanated basketball players than 9/11. This is how pompous his ass is. This is how disconnected he is with the youth, that he really thinks that people are still checking for him. He said that he's being ignored. Ain't nobody ignoring you, Pop. They don't know you. They don't know Fart Man. They don't know that. They don't know somebody who paraded on an MTV stage with his nasty wrinkled grippers out, hanging from the rafters, like an NBA championship flag. He came down out the rafters, like Pink does when she's performing, like a Cirque du Soleil performer, grippers out, ashy, right? With a thong between the grippers in a suit. Fart Man, he made a superhero. This is how nasty and vile he was and is, because it's the same individual. So he came on down with a string through his grippers, a cape and boots, and then bent over on the MTV stage and passed gas, and it exploded. They put props and all that for this man so he could play gripper games in front of the world. These kids don't know that. Today, that would be vile and disgusting. Today, it would be shocking. They don't know that. They don't know that about him. Is he supposed to be somebody that they aspire to be? No. No. I'm going to give it to you even one better. Those kids, those young NBA players that everybody is in that stadium to see, they're at work. It may be the NBA playoffs to us, but they're at work. So at what point are they going to distract themselves from work, from trying to get to the next level, from trying to get to a ring? That is a job for them. They have to concentrate. They may be getting their ass cracked. They may be down by 10 or 20. They may have lost the game, or they beginning the game. Their mind is in a whole totally different space. They're not thinking about you to ignore you. They're at work. They're at work. But this is how white men think. They believe that it is all about them. So they make these dumbass statements that I'm being ignored because I'm the white guy. You're being ignored because you forgot about, because they don't know you. So again, could be clout. He could just be in there just running his mouth for clout to get back in the lane. But if so, let's make it clear for him. Let's make it clear for him. Remember, his show was on from 1994 to 2005, when these people weren't born or were babies. Okay? Let's keep it a buck now. They don't know him. Wouldn't know him at all. None of them. At that point, they would still be watching Power Rangers, maybe Fat Burger if they had cable and Nickelodeon. And like we said, a lot of them were overseas. Probably didn't even have TV and cable and all that. Especially his show wouldn't be syndicated because he was on the outs. At that point, he was getting fined almost every 6 months for doing a lot of harm to viewers, right? Remember, the FCC was tearing him up. But since we do education here, we educate people here on this space, in this class. Let us give the NBA youth a lesson on who Howard Stern is and the type of shit that he did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you know you're going to learn something today. So if you got some NBA players, yeah, tag them so they can get the message on to who he was, who he is. They ain't got to Google it. They could get it right here. Okay? Let's start with number one. One of the things that Mr. Stern is known for, or what he had done concerning our people, never mind what he did and how he handled, the Euros. The first thing and the most important, one of the most important things that we need to know, that the NBA players need to know, is that he disrespected Aunt Jemima. Woo! Now, whether she was a real person or a fictitious person, we know that she's a melanated person, and already, right? It's very stereotypical, so as more people got conscious and woke, we kind of fell away from Aunt Jemima, and they eventually took her off the box. But this is what he said about Aunt Jemima. He said the closest, and I'm quoting him and I'm going to paraphrase him because it was very vile. The closest I came to making love to a black woman was that he beat off to a pic of Aunt Jemima on a pancake box. He said that he splashed on her kerchief. Now this is what he said, since he wants the players to know that that's what he was getting money to. He was getting money to Aunt Jemima. That's what he said. Quote. Because most of his things were said live on radio or recorded and then replayed. So this is what he said. This is what he did. This is how disgusting he is, right? Fart man, and now he is pleasuring himself to a pancake box. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But there's more. So my Latino fan base, he cold disrespected Selena after she died, using a Latino accent, some fake accent, some shit that he was just disrespected the music, and her legacy. So our Latino NBA players need to know that. This is what he did. This is what he did. So they won't have to ignore you. They can ask you what you meant by that. In this day and time, you can go and ask him. Since he doesn't like to be ignored, ask him about Aunt Jemima, ask him about Selena. Okay? Now, I'm not going to get into what he did with the Euros because he was wilding on them. Too many. But let's just say we put the Columbine situation out there. He made a reference of wondering if these little girls were abused by the shooters. Like he said, these were some hot little girls running out of the school. They looked hot. I wonder if any of the shooters tried to get busy with one of them little girls. Why he's looking at teens like that, I don't know. So this is the type of dude who doesn't like to be ignored. Many of y'all are not going to know who Dana Plato is. Unless you're in my age group, you know that's the sister from Different Strokes. What you talking about, Willis? Arnold and Willis, right? This show about the rich guy who adopted two young melanated kids. Well, this was his daughter on the show. She struggled with drug addiction. She went on his show for an interview and he pressed her about her sobriety. Like, pressed her, like, you sure you clean? Let's give you a drug test. Would you submit to a drug? Like, went and grilled her. And the next day, she had OD. Right? This is the type of individual that doesn't want to get ignored. Okay? I can't read that super chat, so please pardon me. It's coming up as a double or triple. I don't know if it's because of the area, but it's much appreciated. Right? This is who doesn't want to be ignored. The man who wants to be the superhero of flatulence doesn't want to be ignored by this new age, this new generation. He also said that Rodney King was an idiot and didn't get beat enough. Rodney King, the man who was beat with police batons over 100 and something times for absolutely nothing. He said he was an idiot and didn't get beat enough. Okay? This is what he said. He also, all right, we're going to keep it a buck, fat shamed Precious, Gabby, Sidibe, fat shamed, I mean horribly. Fat shamed her to the degree of, it was just ridiculous in this day and time. But prior to that, he fat shamed Anna Nicole Smith. So the dude is just off the meter, and he always been there, and I guess his audience appreciate it because he speaks to that audience. You know? In this era, we would call it the Trump supporter audience, right? Proud Boy audience. They get a kick out of that type of shit there. Okay? But they don't mind it because it's a guys thing. It's a all white guys type of club. And if you're of my age group, you remember a show called Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? Y'all may not know the actress, Sarah Michelle Gellar, but you remember the show, or maybe have caught up on the show because it's still being shown here or there. He asked her about her box. He was like, Okay, is your box shaved? And, she answered him. She said, yeah. And you know what he said after she said, yeah? Oy vey, you must look like a little baby down there. Like, really? Come on, son. You're already looking at teens running out of a deadly situation. Now, a grown woman is telling you, she's telling you that she shaved, a grown woman, but you compare it to a little baby. As if you know what a little baby should look like. Now these are people, these are celebs, these are established grown people who, even though they know how foul he is, go to his show because, again, at that time he was crowned the king of all media. And this is the foul shit he did. But that ain't it. What's going to get melanated folks in a real fit, he tried to clown Ted Danson, right, for wearing blackface while wearing blackface himself. You get this? He clowned Ted Danson, which was another famous, Euro actor on a #1 show. He clowned him for wearing blackface, which he wore blackface while with Whoopi Goldberg. And that was excused by her. But you did that, right, while himself doing it. So this is what we need our NBA youth to understand. We need to know him. They need not to ignore him, since he wants the attention. Keep telling y'all, when y'all come to class, they want attention, they want clout. We gonna give it to him. We need to make sure we give him the clout that he needs. They need to know who he is. So when he is ringside, so when he is courtside, so when he is in the lower deck somewhere, so when he comes to these sporting events, especially in New York City, they need to approach him and ask him, what's really good with you? What's really good with you, Mr. Stern? Because, see, I was a kid. Maybe wasn't even born by the time you left. And you don't do anything significant in black communities, in melanated areas, or with melanated people at all. So why, right? So why would we know who you are? How much have you given to the Urban League? Is he going to stand in protest for what happened to our Michael Jackson impersonator who was just snuffed out, choked out? Is he going to stand in protest for that? Is he going to press the DA to seek first-degree murder charges? I mean, what do you do significantly? Do you give to the National Basketball Association? Do you give to the Players Union? Why would they know you? So they don't, ain't the fact that they ignoring you. You just an old white man in the seat. Many of them have no idea who the hell you are. Okay? Simple as that. Simple as that. But since you want to be famous again, and you really don't need to be, because you getting somewhere close to Couple of billion out of serious. Yeah, y'all hear me? Y'all see me looking. Y'all know I don't like nature. Whole lot of things going on back there in them bushes and trees and shit. So we gonna close class today till I could get inside. I was just getting disturbed a little bit too much. So we gonna close this class because I see a squirrel, I see a crocodile, I see a anything, I'm out. I don't do that. I don't do nature. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't do none of that. Possum or woodchuck and all that. Now I don't do none of that shit. So I'm gonna be gone. But again, always know, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Believe in my belief in y'all. All my classroom assistants, I appreciate y'all. You know it. You know it. And we may be back tonight when I could, get a little comfortable, find a stand or something. You dig? Get up out of these woods and stuff. But remember, all things work in divine order. Remain militant and invite people to class. Yeah. And make sure y'all get Howard Stern on Jack. Tell him. I love to give him a good explanation of why in the hell they not speaking to you. You need to reintroduce yourself, homie. Right? Take a page out of Hove book. We are allowing you to reintroduce yourself. Fart man. Salute.